Carthage had defied Rome for over a century. Hannibal had crossed the Alps with elephants. He had slaughtered 50,000 Romans in one day. Rome never forgot. Rome never forgave. Now Carthage was surrounded. 3 years of siege. 3 years of starvation. The end was coming. General Scipio stood before his officers.
My grandfather destroyed Hannibal. I will destroy Carthage. Not a stone will stand. Not a child will live. Rome will forget this city ever existed.
Carthage was the richest city in the Mediterranean. Its harbor could hold 200 ships. Its walls were 60 feet high. The city had survived for 7 centuries. It had survived Hannibal's defeat. It would not survive Rome's revenge. From the walls, Hasdrubal shouted to his starving soldiers.
Rome wants us to surrender. Rome wants us to beg. I will not beg. The people of Carthage will not beg. We will die. But we will die free.
A Carthaginian woman cried to her neighbors.
My children have not eaten in days. My husband died on these walls last month. I hear the Roman engines at night. They are coming. They are going to kill us all.
The Romans had blockaded the harbor. No food could enter. No one could escape. The people of Carthage were trapped. They ate their horses. They ate their dogs. They ate the rats. Then there was nothing. General Scipio gave the order to his artillery crews.
Fire. Do not stop. Fire until your arms give out. Fire until the walls crumble. Fire until every stone is dust. This city has cursed Rome for 100 years. Today, we curse it back.
The walls began to fall. Not in one place. In many places. The Romans had been firing for weeks. The ancient stone could not hold. Carthage was bleeding. Carthage was dying. The end was near. The Romans poured through the breach. They had been waiting 3 years for this moment. The Carthaginians fought with desperation. They had nowhere to run. They had nothing to lose. A Roman soldier whispered to his comrade as he pulled his sword from another body.
They do not stop. They keep coming. Women. Children. Old men. They pick up swords from the dead. They attack us with kitchen knives. I have killed more people today than in 10 years of war. I want to go home.
General Scipio shouted orders to his advancing legions.
Street by street. House by house. Leave no one alive. Carthage must be erased. Every stone. Every memory. Every child. Rome will not sleep safely while Carthage breathes.
Hasdrubal watched his city burn.
My city is burning. My people are dying. Rome has won. Carthage has lost. But I will not surrender. I will die here. On these walls. Where my father died. Where my grandfather died.
A Carthaginian woman climbed onto the ledge of a burning temple.
Better to die by fire than by Roman steel. Better to jump than to be taken. The Romans will not have me. The Romans will not have my children. We die as Carthaginians. Free.
The last Carthaginians gathered at the temple of Eshmun. 10,000 civilians. A few hundred soldiers. They had no food. They had no water. They had no hope. They had only their dignity. A Roman soldier dragged a woman from the wreckage.
She begged me to kill her. She said death was better than slavery. I could not kill her. She was a woman. She was a mother. I dragged her out of the fire. She will be sold in Rome. She will curse me forever.
Hasdrubal walked down from the burning temple and knelt before Scipio.
Spare my family. Spare my children. I will give you everything. I will walk in your triumph. I will beg before your chariot. Just let my children live.
General Scipio looked down at the kneeling Carthaginian.
You should have surrendered 3 years ago. You should have surrendered when your children were still fat. Now it is too late. Carthage dies today. You die today. Your children die today.
Hasdrubal's wife spat in his face as the soldiers took her.
You are not my husband. You are not the father of my children. You are a coward. You are a traitor. I curse your name. I curse your blood. May you live forever in shame.
Hasdrubal stood in chains.
I am the last general of Carthage. I am the last man who could have saved my city. I failed. My wife died cursing my name. My children died because of me. Rome has taken everything. And I am still alive.
Carthage burned for 17 days. The fires were visible from the sea. The smoke was visible from Rome. The richest city in the Mediterranean was now a pile of ash. Rome had won. Carthage had died. The chronicler Polybius watched as the Romans performed their final ritual.
The Romans poured salt on the earth. They cursed the ground. They prayed that nothing would ever grow again. This is not legend. This is history. I saw it with my own eyes.
General Scipio supervised the demolition.
Not one stone on another. Not one wall standing. Not one building left. Carthage must look as if it never existed. When we are finished, there will be nothing here. Nothing but salt and ashes.
Before she jumped, Hasdrubal's wife turned to face the Romans.
My husband surrendered. My husband begged. I will not beg. My children will not be slaves. We will die as Carthaginians. We will die free. Cursed be my husband. Cursed be Rome. Cursed be this earth forever.
She threw her children into the fire. Then she threw herself. Hasdrubal watched. He did not follow. He walked to the Roman lines and surrendered. The Romans spat on him. They called him a coward. He did not argue. Scipio returned to Rome in triumph. The streets were lined with cheering citizens. The Senate gave him a new name. Africanus the Younger. He was the greatest general of his generation. He did not feel like a hero. Hasdrubal walked behind the chariot in chains.
They are cheering for me. They are cheering for my defeat. I walked through the streets of Rome in chains. The people threw garbage at me. They called me coward. They called me traitor. They are right. I should have died with my family.
Scipio did not smile during his triumph.
The crowds are cheering. The Senate is praising me. They call me a hero. They do not know what I saw. They do not know what I did. I destroyed a city. I killed children. I am not a hero. I am a monster.
A Roman soldier loaded Carthaginian gold onto a ship.
We took everything. Gold. Silver. statues, books. Everything that was not burned was carried away. Carthage will feed Rome for a year. Carthage will build our temples. Carthage will pay for our victories.
A Carthaginian woman looked back at her burning city.
They are taking us to Rome. They will sell us in the markets. They will make us build their buildings. They will make us clean their floors. My children will never know freedom. My grandchildren will be born slaves. Carthage is dead.
General Scipio stood on the ruins.
My grandfather destroyed Hannibal. I destroyed Carthage. The name of Scipio will be remembered forever. Rome will never fear again. Rome will never be threatened again. Carthage is dust. Carthage is salt. Carthage is nothing.
Then Scipio wept. The chronicler Polybius stood beside him.
Scipio wept. He did not weep for Carthage. He wept for Rome. He knew that one day, Rome would fall too. He knew that one day, another army would pour salt on Roman earth. He was right. Rome fell 500 years later.
The chronicler Polybius walked through the ruins after the army left.
I walked through Carthage after the fires died. The streets were filled with ash. The temples were empty. The harbor was choked with sunken ships. 50,000 Carthaginians died. 50,000 were sold into slavery. Carthage was no more.
The Romans poured salt on the ruins. They cursed the ground. They prayed that nothing would ever grow again. For 100 years, nothing did. The land was barren. The city was dead. Carthage was a ghost. The chronicler Polybius examined a newly minted Roman coin.
Rome minted coins to celebrate the victory. They showed Scipio standing on the ruins of Carthage. They showed the words Carthago delendo estate, Carthage must be destroyed. The coins are still found today. The hatred is still remembered.
A Roman senator declared to the assembly,
"These people sacrifice their own children. These people burn their own babies. They are not human. They are monsters. Carthage must be destroyed, not for what they did to us, for what they are."
The chronicler Polybius stood by the sea.
The sea does not remember Carthage. The wind does not remember. The earth does not remember. But history remembers. And now you remember. Carthage was destroyed. Rome fell too. All empires fall. All cities burn. Only the stories remain.
Scipio's statue still stands in Rome.
Rome called me a hero. Rome gave me a triumph. Rome built statues of me. But I knew the truth. I destroyed a city. I killed thousands. I enslaved thousands more. Rome called it victory. I called it murder.
The ruins of Carthage are a tourist attraction now. Visitors walk among the fallen columns. They take pictures of the broken statues. They do not know the horror. They do not feel the ghosts. The dead are forgotten. The chronicler Polybius recorded the fate of Hasdrubal.
These chains were worn by Hasdrubal. He walked through Rome in them. He begged for mercy. Rome showed none. He died in a Roman prison. No one knows where he is buried. His bones are dust. His shame is eternal.
A modern historian explains the destruction.
Rome destroyed Carthage because they were afraid. They were afraid of what Carthage had been. They were afraid of what Carthage could become again. Fear led to destruction. Destruction led to hatred. Hatred led to more war. The cycle never ends.
Today, a new city stands on the ruins of Carthage. Tunis, the capital of Tunisia. The Roman salt is gone. The Roman curse is gone. The Carthaginians are gone. But the story remains. The hatred remains. The warning remains. The chronicler Polybius picked up a carved stone from the rubble.
The Carthaginians were Phoenicians. They gave the world the alphabet. Every letter you write comes from them. Rome destroyed their city. Rome could not destroy their gift. The alphabet survived. Carthage survived. In every word you read.
Hannibal is still remembered. He is still studied. He is still admired. His tactics are taught in military academies. His name is spoken with respect. Carthage lost the war. Carthage won history. Scipio's words still echo.
They called me the second Africanus. They said I was greater than my grandfather. They were wrong. My grandfather defeated Hannibal. I defeated a city of women and children. There is no glory in that. There is only shame.
The chronicler Polybius watched the salt being poured.
The salt is still there, deep in the soil. The Romans cursed this land forever. But forever is a long time. The salt has washed away. The curse has faded. The city has returned. But the dead have not. The dead are still waiting.
The chronicler Polybius stood on the shore.
Carthage is gone. Rome is gone. The empires are dust. But the lesson remains. Destroying your enemy does not bring peace. It only plants the seeds of the next war. Rome destroyed Carthage. Then Rome was destroyed too. The wheel turns. The wheel never stops.
The chronicler Polybius examined a Carthaginian coin.
The Carthaginians worshipped Tanit, the goddess of the moon. They believed she protected their city. They offered their children to her in times of crisis. In the final days, they offered again. Tanit did not answer. The city fell.
The Tophet of Carthage still exists. Thousands of urns. Thousands of children. Buried over centuries. The Romans used this as propaganda. They said the Carthaginians were savages. They said Carthage deserved to die. A Roman senator declared to the Senate,
These people sacrifice their own children. These people burn their own babies. They are not human. They are monsters. Carthage must be destroyed. Not for what they did to us, for what they are.
A Carthaginian priest begged his goddess for mercy.
Tanit, hear us. Tanit, save us. We give you our children. We give you our blood. Do not let Rome destroy your city. Do not let Rome destroy your temple. Protect us. Please protect us.
A modern historian explains the debate.
Modern archaeologists debate the Tophet. Some say it was child sacrifice. Others say it was a cemetery for stillborn babies. The truth is lost. The Romans used it to justify genocide. That is not lost. That is history.
The bones are still there. In museums. In storage. The children of Carthage. Killed by their own parents. Or killed by the Romans. Or died of natural causes. No one knows. The bones do not speak. The bones only wait. The chronicler Polybius watched the sunset over the ruins.
The Romans won. The Romans wrote the history. They called Carthage evil. They called themselves righteous. The victors always write the history. The vanquished always become the villains. That is the oldest story in the world.
20 years after the destruction, Rome built a new city on the ruins. They called it Colonia Julia Carthago. Roman citizens were given land. African workers were brought in. The old Carthage was buried beneath Roman streets. A Roman architect announced his plans.
We will build a forum here. We will build temples here. We will build baths here. The old Carthage is gone. The new Carthage will be Roman. Every stone will speak Latin. Every citizen will pray to Roman gods.
The new Carthage grew quickly. It became the capital of Roman Africa. It was rich. It was powerful. It was loyal to Rome. The old Carthage was forgotten. The old Carthaginians were forgotten. The old gods were forgotten. The chronicler Polybius examined a Roman mosaic.
The Romans built beautiful buildings. They built beautiful mosaics. They built a beautiful city. But beneath the beauty, there was blood. The foundations were Carthaginian bones. The stones were Carthaginian walls. The dead were everywhere.
The Roman Carthage had an amphitheater. It held 30,000 people. They watched gladiators fight. They watched criminals die. They watched Christians being fed to lions. The blood never stopped. The killing never stopped. A Roman governor declared from his throne,
Carthage is Roman now. The people speak Latin. The people pay taxes. The people worship our gods. The old Carthage is a memory. A bad memory. A memory we have erased.
A modern historian explains the erasure.
The Romans carved their inscriptions over Carthaginian ones. They erased the old language. They erased the old names. They erased the old gods. This is called damnatio memoriae. The condemnation of memory. Rome was very good at it.
People say Carthage is haunted. They say you can hear the screams at night. They say you can see the ghosts of children wandering among the ruins. They say the dead have not forgiven. The dead have not forgotten. A Carthaginian woman's ghost is said to wander the ruins.
Do you see me? Do you hear me? I died here. My children died here. My husband surrendered. He did not die. He lived in shame. I curse him. I curse Rome. I curse this ground. Forever.
The ghosts do not haunt the living. The living do not believe in ghosts. The ghosts haunt the ruins. The ruins are empty. The ruins are silent. The ghosts have no one to haunt. So they wait. The chronicler Polybius found a cursed tablet in the rubble.
This cursed tablet was found in Carthage. It reads, "Cursed be the Romans. Cursed be their children. Cursed be their children's children. May their city burn as ours burned. May their blood flow as ours flowed." The curse did not work. Rome fell anyway.
The chronicler Polybius stood at the water's edge.
The sea does not remember curses. The sea does not remember blood. The sea does not remember Carthage. The sea just is. The sea just waits. The sea will still be here when Rome is forgotten. When Carthage is forgotten. When we are all forgotten.
Scipio's words still echo through time.
I destroyed Carthage. I thought I would feel victorious. I felt nothing. I thought I would feel powerful. I felt empty. I thought I would be remembered forever. I am remembered. For murder.
The chronicler Polybius watched the salt disappear into the earth.
The salt is still there, deep in the soil. The Romans cursed this land forever. But forever is a long time. The salt has washed away. The curse has faded. The city has returned. But the dead have not. The dead are still waiting.
The chronicler Polybius spoke his final words.
Carthage is gone. Rome is gone. The empires are dust. But the lesson remains. Destroying your enemy does not bring peace. It only plants the seeds of the next war. Rome destroyed Carthage. Then Rome was destroyed too. The wheel turns. The wheel never stops.
Scipio's statue stands in silence.
They called me the second Africanus. They said I was greater than my grandfather. They were wrong. My grandfather defeated Hannibal. I defeated a city of women and children. There is no glory in that. There is only shame.
The ruins of Carthage are a tourist attraction now. Visitors walk among the fallen columns. They take pictures of the broken statues. They do not know the horror. They do not feel the ghosts. The dead are forgotten. A modern historian looks out at the ruins.
Rome destroyed Carthage because they were afraid. They were afraid of what Carthage had been. They were afraid of what Carthage could become again. Fear led to destruction. Destruction led to hatred. Hatred led to more war. The cycle never ends.
Today, a new city stands on the ruins of Carthage. Tunis, the capital of Tunisia. The Roman salt is gone. The Roman curse is gone. The Carthaginians are gone. But the story remains. The hatred remains. The warning remains. The chronicler Polybius recorded the final fate of Hasdrubal.
These chains were worn by Hasdrubal. He walked through Rome in them. He begged for mercy. Rome showed none. He died in a Roman prison. No one knows where he is buried. His bones are dust. His shame is eternal.
The chronicler Polybius picked up a carved stone.
The Carthaginians were Phoenicians. They gave the world the alphabet. Every letter you write comes from them. Rome destroyed their city. Rome could not destroy their gift. The alphabet survived. Carthage survived. In every word you read.
The chronicler Polybius spoke to the sea.
The sea does not remember Carthage. The wind does not remember. The earth does not remember. But history remembers. And now you remember. Carthage was destroyed. Rome fell too. All empires fall. All cities burn. Only the stories remain. What would you destroy to feel safe? Like and subscribe to Empires Untold. Full story on the channel.